Welcome to another one of our videos here at Stand Against MND in the lead up to MND Awareness Day later this month. I'm delighted to be joined by our guest today. He is a very good friend of mine. I've known him for a long time, and he's been somebody who's really helped out the charity over the last 12-18 months and continues to do so. If you're not aware, then Horsforth Brewery partnered with Stand Against MND to produce Good Deed Ale, and a donation is made for every can of that which is sold, or every pint of it which is sold, for which the charity is obviously hugely grateful. We'll come on to how amazing Good Deed Ale is in a bit. And yeah, interested to talk to him and kind of how he got to where he is today. I won't tell you too much more other than to say, if I do call him Foz during this interview, then I apologise. It's a nickname from a long time ago that won't seem to let go. So, Foz, introduce yourself for everyone, please.
Yeah, so my name's Foz, or Mark. 20 years ago, I used to be known as Foz. And yeah, when we went to university together, and it's just you saying it then, that it's nearly 20 years ago that we met, which is actually quite unbelievable.
Yeah, scary stuff.
Yeah, that is actually really scary. That also means how old, like, shows how old I am. But yeah, so I own Horsforth Brewery. Started it nearly 4 years ago. Initially as a bit of a hobby / business. Didn't really have any intention of like making a living out of it, but quickly it went really well. So started thinking about going part-time with my other job, previous career job, and went part-time for about a year and a half, I think it was. Had some personal things I had to sort out, including selling a house and all that jazz, and moved the brewery from our old garage into an industrial unit. I think that was in December 18, maybe December 17. Yeah, maybe December 17. I can't remember actually. Yeah, maybe December 17. And then
call it a few years ago.
Yeah. But then December 19, I decided to make the leap and go full time with the brewery, and when handed my notice in my other job, and had 12 weeks notice, which just sort of happened. I left at the very start of COVID kicking off.
Obviously, we've been mates for a long time, and 2 and a bit years ago, I got this diagnosis, which is, been really hard for everyone, kind of myself, family and friends. I just wondered if you could give us a bit of insight into how that affected you and why that made you want to partner with this charity that we've set up.
Yeah, I think we have known each other for a long time, and there's points in time where we've been really close, and then there's a couple of years go by. We may exchange a message every now and again, but we just don't. And part of that's geography, because I'm rubbish at getting in touch with people.
Part of it's just being male, mate.
Yeah, I think it is. So we hadn't messaged each other for a little while, and just kind of, we knew that if we'd see each other, well, I knew, and I'm sure you did, if you see each other, you just get on like a house on fire again, and
pick up where you left off.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the things I quite liked about it. And to be fair, I've been the same with our other mates, especially like Ollie and Phil. I might see them a little bit more, but we don't see each other for a while, and then when you do, it's amazing again. So I saw Ollie and Phil, and I think it was actually I'd just moved house. On the back of all this thing, I'd literally moved house the day they came up, or the day out before they came up. I remember we were just having brunch, and like Ollie just said, like, "Did you know that Sam's been diagnosed with motor neurons?" And I was like, "What?" Like, it's devastating, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
it's shit. Excuse my language, but it's shit.
acceptable in this context, mate.
Yeah, I think so. And I've had decent health issues over the years, but nothing like this. So as soon as I found that out, you get in touch and you figure out what the hell's going on. And then obviously you decided to set up a charity, which is amazing. It's like, I run a brewery. You like beer. I don't think there's really anything to think about.
No, it wasn't hard. I think it was Emma's suggestion, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah. Well, to be honest, I thought it was. I thought it might have been yours, but it definitely wasn't mine. But once I think she did say it to us, and so yeah, of course. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it just makes sense. So, we've got a really good range of beer, but I like the idea that if you're a charity, you decide what you want the beer to be, and you went for an amber ale. I said, can it be an American amber ale? And it fits perfectly with our range. Not do anything like that, and it just works really well. It complements the range so perfectly that it's going to be a permanent beer because it's ace. And when during lockdown this year, we really struggled, but then we managed to get some food trucks outside, and we opened the shop in the brewery. So we've got a lot of people coming in, and to be fair, we're doing a decent trade. It kept a member of staff on. Without that, it would have been crap, and it probably would have gone. But Good Deed was like the seller. It was awesome.
Really?
Yeah, it was just so good. Like I can't remember when we brewed it. It was either January or February. We brewed on the big batch, and for us at that time, brewing something on the big batch was like, shit, that's a lot of cans because it was all good cans. None of it was in keg. And when we got it on, it was a little bit slow because people didn't know about it. And then when they did, they were coming back, and it was just flying out. And that was awesome. And it's got to the point now where, like I said, we've run out, and
not for long.
It's my kind of beer as well, which really helps.
It's absolutely my kind of beer. I love it. Got that. It's quite malty for a craft beer. I think that little departure from your trying 500 different types of pale with a different supposed to taste of a different fruit, and you end up thinking, I can't remember what I've tried, and I think that just goes, oh, that's a bit of a departure, but actually really, really nice.
Yeah, and it's got my favourite hops in it as well. So the hop profile in there is your West Coast hops. It's got Simcoe and Centennial. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the others that are in it, but I know those are the two main ones. And it's got that little bit of sweetness from the crystal malt.
The current out of stock status won't last long, so anybody watching should be encouraged to go and buy some. If they wanted to do that, how would they go about
it? If they are in the trade, you can buy it on eBreer or direct from us. If they're not in the trade, they can go just online, and we've got an online shop that we have everything on there, but you can buy a box of it as well.
What's your website, Foz?
Horsforthbrewery.co.uk. I got website, just Google it. Fine. I'm not really good at promotion.
Other than Good Deed, obviously, what would you say is your favourite beer?
3 beers. I'm going to do 3 beers. Horsforth Pale on cask is just sublime. Like, it's sessionable, perfect. Night Rider is the best on cask. Is the best tasting beer that we do. That is a black rye IPA. It's just another world of loveliness when you get that in cask. But the beer I'm probably most proud of is Vice Rosa, which is our Hefeweizen. Because it's a really good wheat beer. And wheat beers are something that seems like this country can't produce for some reason. I don't know why, but we produce a really good one. And really up there with the German wheat beers. So
you certainly do. I mean, that's I have to say it's not just about selfless promotion, this interview, but that is actually in my fridge as well, because I pay out my own money to drink that, because it is that good.
it's ace, isn't it?
Yeah, and
I don't know how we do it so well. I don't like, and others can't. I don't know what it is that others can't do, because in my mind it's nothing complicated that we're doing, but maybe it is.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. And
anytime, pleasure.
Viewers do too. Thank you for your continued support of the charity, and I'm looking forward to getting out of any sort of lockdown, so I can actually see you face to face again and have a beer together.